Have you ever had one of those moments while traveling, so random, so out of nowhere, that it sticks with you forever, not because it was big, but because it felt like the universe was trying to tell you something, in its own quiet way? That's how learning English through stories works too. You don't just study the language, you experience it, moment by moment, scene by scene, in ways that stay with you. One of the best ways to learn English is through stories, because they're built on emotion, curiosity, memory. They help you feel the words, not just read them. And when that happens, English becomes something personal. So if you're ready to connect with the language on a deeper level, like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to Speakology, where English comes alive through story. It was Mia's first day in Rome, and the weather had betrayed every sunny postcard she'd ever seen. The skies were dark, the wind was sharp, and the rain fell hard and fast, soaking the cobblestone streets and turning the tourists into clusters of umbrellas and hurried footsteps. Mia had planned to visit the Pantheon, maybe sit outside a cafe and sketch, but now she was just looking for shelter, eyes squinting, shoes slippery, hair dripping into her eyes. She ducked into a small alley, hoping to wait out the rain under a stone archway, when she heard someone call out behind her. The voice was quiet, but distinct, a woman, older, speaking in accented English. Mia turned. An old woman stood a few feet away, dressed in a long coat with a scarf wrapped tightly around her head. Her hands trembled slightly as she held out a photograph, old, black and white, worn around the edges. Without waiting for a question, she said, You speak English?" Mia nodded, unsure what was happening. "Can you find this for me?" the woman asked, her eyes sharp, serious. She handed Mia the photo. It was a picture of a small statue, no larger than a mailbox, carved in marble, a boy holding a bird. On the back of the photo, a location was scribbled in pencil, but the ink had bled from rain, something like, something. "I used to come here when I was young," the woman said. "This statue. I need to see it again. Before." She didn't finish her sentence. Mia blinked, confused. "Why me?" The woman shrugged. "Because you stopped. Everyone else kept walking." It felt strange, surreal, even, but Mia took the photo. The old woman pointed down a narrow street, then disappeared into the rain, slowly, as if she belonged to another time. With nothing better to do and a strange sense of duty rising in her, Mia followed the directions the woman had tried to give. She wandered through alleys, asked shopkeepers, showed the photo to strangers, piecing together clues from fragments of language and memory. Some shrugged, some smiled, and one man said, "Ah. Yes. I know this." He pointed her toward a tiny courtyard, barely big enough for a parked scooter. At the center, surrounded by overgrown ivy and cracked tile, stood the statue, the boy, the bird, just like the photo. Faded, weathered, but still standing. Mia stared at it, half expecting the old woman to appear behind her. But she didn't. She waited a while, then pulled out her sketchbook and began to draw the statue slowly, line by line, as the rain finally began to lighten. And as she drew, she realized the woman hadn't asked her to find it for her, but maybe, somehow, to find it for herself. In today's story, you learned natural expressions like, the weather had betrayed, ducked into a small alley, eyes squinting, shoes slippery, sharp, serious eyes, and, belonged to another time. These are the kinds of phrases that native speakers use to build feeling and setting in their storytelling. You also saw how past tense narration, small emotional beats, and real dialogue bring language alive in your memory, not by translation but through atmosphere and meaning. We upload videos like this every single day to help you learn real English through real, memorable stories. So if this one made you feel something, hit like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to Speakology. See you in the next video.